Yana say for today's agenda and to us so Deputy Director of Protocol or Akwetia Watana Sekwama Akwaba.
Oh, ready over.
Oh,
Children Pada
Akwaba. Kokodia. Then for me, no Namino Ebedin Como, Ebesha Akwetia, Nafi, I share Chief Justice and some, and I share. Nay, who say right I've been now one thing I can say. And I'm one crying. Omania brace a bit to me. Basic school, sir. Just a bit to me cry. Just a basic school, sir. One cry hanging on. Academic year, you almost ask us one bachelor Gancasano. You made this uncle on so cacra. Now I say the city. The entire purpose made this uncle on who not now colleague on no. Yeah, or think I casa Timitro. Name or ya Santia chimney. My main faculty and chassis. And I am for a chassis with Taquetia, and party where you are now. Adamates in oh, you probably not time as well. Yeah, you can more faculty. Who could do other day? Say, on see the car call earlier. Could be 2 weeks or could be Juma be brave. And so I never been one, so there's a call. Honestly speaking, as a political party, and I'm on tutua as you to be a party here, and for the first time, we'll be able to say, in terms of security, NDC did not intimidate us. Any day, or more men I don't buy, or more who were really prepared for the elections. And to make I say, baby, another crime here, maybe so Presby, Winchi Presby Church, Energy Church, honestly, you know. I was seeing NDC for no said the number of voters or those don't crowd a banner say for no around because your mom group. No, who says I'm here couldn't comfortably no saying I'm saying that a whole baby. Say, no company was a Kodia, Justin Kodian and Abimo and the yes organization together with our security committee. I mean, Pessamidin Penny for but to the former retired military and a former retired police in Penny 4. And a soldier from Penning 4, headed by Henry Court, together with them, they put two together. And so in every polling station, Biano, near 80 security people from a young Crawford, that is Delta, Invincible, Borga, Bulldogs, Anglophone, and this cruising in every police station, 80 or. But the strategy was that the amount group of after the NDC for no that wasn't it. And then we had standby in case of the emergency zonal standbys. Emergency be at the trooping. And the guys on Baby Jimmy say no movie and Crawford. I've known the money break police for no so. Well, now they've met men. Honestly speaking, in terms of security wise, in terms of planning, BBIA, but of our own himself, Ghana Hana Yawono. There has been 34 by-elections. 29 of them ruling parties now winning, especially when the ruling party is in the twilight of an administration. Self-as administration is quite weird. If you have a 2027, 2028, and a different ball game altogether. But administration, I was starting by 9 months. None of the elections. Now, back me and Fanny say. In Kuran Kania or Simam Kania, baby, a coatari, a causes and Yabugo, Yama Grid and Nams say, Montua, my Bijanis are Yasu Gruno. And no, you hear and also no. One is a common room, 1,000 Ghana cities, 500 cities, Nakotuaba, and all of our boys one budget to. And these are the things that played out on the day. But as a political party, measures and the planning and as a Kosubia went on. The only thing was that for the first time we had a candidate from the NDC stronghold, Budia, Asumiduno. He has had impact on people's life in Akwetia and Budia. But I would say even in Budia, we did well. In our strongholds like Wenchi, enemy, Manu will say, yeah, dear, but this is super because every 1,000 Ghana and 5 and I don't know Toma, enemy more Chen and I don't know. And some idea Babachi, J. Nakoba, Assassin. Na omama otaz na no okutwaba okay and there be any panel to you know the phone na to box no we gina okese so wuzi wudwa entitama attention ne ba obi draw no na draw police for attention da kwa ba gwa no mo hwe na so nkra na bobe around 11-12 the baby juma no we di bibre wie and the money cost, what I presume was that when they realized that he had cut that strategy, I realized say be on the group nipa be a 4 or 5 no more nipa ba kwa kan and the nipa no to it say the obo no betimi the achira ma nipa na hu. That is what I presumed might have happened, especially when your quality anyway. So one incumbency advantage, and they are in the early part of the administration. Good that's all. And a ban 3 years. And the Obama the catch was a for development be a Mount Tom and the pathways now. Now, Kwaya Namsono, the Ania Baduguso. Ania one of Ania Hoko, you know. Any a grade for so I walk on you shoot why am I so grant me for any grant me not to talk of car. And this is where the tricks and other things that went on. But as a political party, you made this mobilize, say, young fan formula. Be saying financially you can't compete with the ruling party. And so even in 5 of the elections, opposition parties never win, you know. Those were to say Ablikuma was Ablikuma Central, one of the Ablikuma MPP winning, and that was 1999, going to the 2000s, was just a year to elections. That decision was in the twilight. And to show baby to say Asen North NDC winning, you know, that decision was in the twilight, MPP. It is our time the ball and the dynamics are what different. And again, you know, mostly it's all about elections now. So political party be winning, mostly, you know, say your stronghold. To say I'm going to say Ashanti region. Then these Ashanti region, Volta region, Northern region likely NDC Befa. Volta region likely NDC Befa. About Ashanti Eastern. To say, we are to say Tiwa, you're calling near Tiwa is here. It was in our stronghold. Oh, call here, but say Kumawu. MPP said, no, Kumawu just back first one of our Obama, you know. And no, it was in Ashanti region, which was our stronghold. So your stronghold that winning it easy as an opposition party. But no stronghold, no constituency, wait to me when mostly it favors the incumbent. Yeah. We did our best, so at times, radio now hear TV. Now hear some of the arguments are a binomo, you laugh because are people who are supporting candidates on national elections. And your flag bearer and they're dancing and nobody is interested, you know. But one person call for national elections, no more and now any power weakest link and away say no, it's not that. So Sabi, also the political history of Ghana. The fact that NDC might have won the by-elections in this time around doesn't mean that 2028 NDC is going to win. But what meaning free when say we have 2024 about to a call, you know. Now we have about to a call, you know. There has been improvement in organization. There has been improvement in how you're mobilizing your security forces, boys nearby. Imagine every police station you only put 81 or more ejumano. And a child said there has been lessons learned which has been built on. The fact that we didn't win said there are no positives. There are positives, and now we pick it and then you build on it going to the general elections are a day.
Okay, and to hear intimidation beyond so it was free and fair.
Intimidation there, honestly, me no, but if Penny polling station area, I'm one there. Member police are so they did a fantastic job because any police are. And Katam NDC for the boys in the bedroom and your boys no of Angabadis tank in the Peruye. Because the way I said, or Mujini or no, any the way your boys in the charge and comedy Kubumno. In fact, our police commander, and I think no, or voter in the refi, I kept in my refi, so come in Yakonia Biama Bonabaso, or come in Yama down. Because time and now NDC for boys, Nico police, Nino police for the bill to clock you, Mutu and Gombe shoot. They almost shot them. Man and about come down, so you come down or display or more McCoy.
I won't call police for us.
Most on say, come by no boys or. So they tried attacking some of the guys to put fear into them. Emma, Commander, you money Robert, boys in the bow. So, Omawa, to me, I buy or move the boys no. Now, there's a as a diversionary tactics. To me, the blood call police. And the police for Nipper to 1 o'clock or 2. Well, you are coming to them, we are going to defend. For the not for after 2024, no, is a way they were holding guns at 1 o'clock or 2. And a man, Penina or no, a buyer or Kame, and near Madame Tanchani, who say, Omo tankers and any near my bow. To come and calm down. Yes, I'm
okay. They're not no shit.
Yeah, and yes, more, any day. And I make us say for the timely intervention of police commander, no war.
Says some people call man prepare.
Exactly, come to fire. So
can you have a cost?
Who did say, Palma 5 in the boy, yellow cry, you want to because your honor has about 1,300 votes. And I tell me MPP nya more. Then this is the any kakra bi. Enti time when you want the box ni be see your kwan guys ni be try say e go be your my guys in the police for prevent you omo. Emma Kroma for no say at a point time ani e to waba at a point say boys na wo Kroma ono kwa mobilize omo be gu wo say komo kwa kobo omo. And a police for no e be see you to stop them from going to Mendy's for no much for no. And yes, and a moment of instance say but you know me that come ko actually more. Okojina park in echi okra baby because na Kroma for boys no charge say omo di agora omo say omo odi bi omo kanam de mi refi say di no omo odi bi omo kazo mi omo beta omo do omo kwa kugu opa momo. But police for no did everything possible professionally to make sure say Kroma for no advance towards them. And again, Kromba police for the guide on Pico.
Okay.
And in terms of baby, I don't know what I make.
Yeah.
Name other areas.
Yeah. So baby, I want to know a stronghold in my MPP.
Yeah. And
now most of the time they are not me as a baby or strong. No be intimidating. So be microphone PM to Abania there.
But what me I saw was that was monetary influence. No.
Okay.
And most of them now by the when I was in Boise. I'm the man my share to create a card here, 7 million. Tell me, I hope you are getting it. Because they've had a goodie cost. And I don't know, so they've had sharing a cost. They are no top up. And media lessons are yes, you know, as a political party, no, is what is important for us as a party. Thank you, quite week or there, and better to say, God, this is for the feeling hit, and they realize, say, what a point because the police station will say. Virtually NDC penny be about maybe a saving caten because chairman for swamp for Baho on a marital brew Baho, Miami Nipa, Madame for Paria do Crabo, Miana, or Yero, Cabna, with a Agyapong, I don't know bay for the brady. The more before than in the brady was there when I see a car, Global for motor development, and a man be no see how to cocoa. Go to cocoa. Now, me, I say development, yeah, quiet, and I'm saying, no, I'm saying, more crime with the other books, you're talking your crammers here. More, my dad, cocoa, born about 2 men, we all laughed and then made progress after the heated tense in the course. In the afternoon, things became calm.
But my baby, a democracy in Nam, and in Semia or Kenya. From 1992, Bepim Sabri, in Kaya Bay and Impa, metrism, and Sikatria. Is it about the politician and I say it's about the populace, the public, the voters are to a banana, Yebuamas anime Yakoso.
Yenina, Yebuamanakoso. A media no count. See media no a very biased media. Share akufo-addo time. Abaka behind Akufo-addo manko chiska. Me say President Akufo-addo ni onu ani ni page na say bia me no wa na bia ye dis scare my president. Na che da kutwa. As you say president record na president undidi. Onto ade onto obiska. Onche ne basika. So what I say but it's the media has been quiet. NDC by Greater Accra Regional Minister Okai Queen of Onoko Oko Chiska said, Usuchebie.
Yeah, she said it.
What I said, also Usuchebie. But the media has been quiet. Meanwhile, Baumia Ekoye meet the media. After they met the media, no, in the media anyway, your man is discussing, media anyway, your man is discussing.
It's only the Brazilian Yanocre.
And also Yanocre. Meanwhile, no, so we invite your program. Not we invite you to be somewhere. You have the right to pay Nippon fuel, and then item 30 on the Bemano. Your money make you look like Yato media for Yato journalists. So until it's like your pewa and they do what's a better power so. Naika say, yes, sir, ain't mean two problem. I say, one said you all can we, you know, say a COBD. Why pulls say in Korea can say
poster
and a buyer. And yet poster behind a winning yet a intimidation. Whereby people were voting and taking pictures and showing say mato scan of the man matono. That is against that is an election irregularity. It is illegal so that to abano bita or box. But this thing went on. But the media is quiet. Praising somebody say, oh, predict say NDC be winning, NDC winning. This is not prediction. The way a human being masterminding say, Yamawa predict say be winning, and you put in measures. I be and the way you working. You better about overnight. You say street light. Coin. We. And think the media should have attacked the government to say. Fine, NDC I be paying, NPP I be, but to say the working after 32 years of democracy, you see a resetting a developer. We shouldn't be saying this in Aquatia. So as I say, I don't know all kinds of Obi Bube say, Muntu Coco. Most say scale go, Coco Muntu, say small scale miners are complaining, say, price not to gold, you know, and yet now you keep this balance, then you come and share it to electricity. That is not democracy. That is not governance. Until whereby there is money sharing, there was no democracy because what influencing the voting pattern, that is rigging. But what I say. Then let us look at forces a buyer or no from polling station or share. Miss from polling station obi so ka say as soon as you ha you be kuna ko buy election.
Yeah.
Up to now, all the media stations are quiet. So we see President Akufo-Addo time enka kwesi practice money beko be bia say President Nkwa impeach no yentichi mpanyifo yenti we but people have been quiet and that is very bad. You may like the party in power but for the sake of good governance and democracy and development, you know, this should not be entertained. And in normal course, you know, or no na kasa as a politician say omokobo omoban into what to me say based upon preparedness no year, you know, their people were safe. But Ubisa say, is it good and it is bad? Because police, you know, must you allow say people should bring their bodyguards? Then the police you know what then. But I think say Macau happens say it is because of the structure of the police. They are not on their own. Now, if we have a president who can sack a chief justice, if we have a president whose people are now calling for the head of the electoral commission, what can the police do? They do a big crowd now. Not police, you know, they are at risk. They are at risk. Come who say, yeah, threatening will be NPP vice chairman, yeah, Papa friend Azoka. Or didn't say when the news is point, you know, now ni nipa be crack ball NPP nini from about now police ni part all. This will not happen. Someone I'm going now try to be a police ni be no be part of back to straight to Rwako. Police ni be apart from say nipa na share political color or obeti ma yes you know. There is nowhere obi bet me be na no aka say smesi wo ha me kuna kodukuma koya by election. In the presence of police, in the presence of the media, and the whole nation is quiet. I think the nation, you know, we are not being fair to good governance. I quite said the air pen and the saka. Yeah, there should be a electric in the media, no, bonnie with you. Omega as a mature. Tama Aden Clark, every Ghana, Akono, the final farewell address. Or say, Ghana has a great prospect. But Ghana problem is that we are full of malice. We are full of selfishness. We are full of hatred. We are full of greed. Or since you better deal with this, Ghana has a great prospect. He wishes us good hunting. Sometimes I wish to say, Nkasa and Sembisi, no, Nanka ye discuss it. Ni mbisa ya who say, ya solve our problem we are now. What tanya away ye mua, ye chichi ye yonko, ye pull ye yonko down, ye chicha ye yonko nenti. Na yankasa ye di ye hwa bro. Na yankasa ye bro ye hwa twede no. Are we going to advance? Is that how we are going to compete on the global market or in the world politics? Are they in Kosovo or Britain? Are they in Kosovo? A friend is saying America. So MPP for the omutimi more. Now what about the smaller parties? What about the smaller parties? Was the election between the NPP and NDC? No. It was not between the NPP and NDC. So I think the press must come out and report all the things that went on. They shouldn't come and jubilate, say it was a peaceful way. As some of workers say, peaceful. And on one say, I'm not a mobile, come with you fire and so. Ndi me a mini bambone. That is a kabima min kabino meda patronage. I wouldn't be able to patronage. So I believe, say, it is time the hypocrisy in us, no, ye to kene. Now you say we are there to protect our democracy. Yeah, ye makwai emma incumbent government, emma abusing opposition people. Ye makwai emma being kochiche sika. And in fact, we should even accuse and ambas every government in Bia, ye koto abana, sana, junana obey street lights. Akoso, but I believe Senka 30-something years in dear. I should have been the thing of the past. And I think, say, the government Nippon or winning, didn't deserve that win based upon a normal Yes, you have won all right, but a Nippon conscience and your mark a win out of intimidation, and it is not good for democracy. What you are saying is, when the NPP also gets to power, they should do the same thing. That's the precedent you are setting. But say you person or mind koso. You are an advanced civilized country there. I think it should be condemned.
Can say be a nipa na dwene. Yes, you discount ma, but who na box ma on kwan na okoko ginem.
Say say you see camera kutwabra.
I agree. Eno pa ho a kutwabra no na say onso kutwa na wo de ba na ba ba giska no. At the end of the day no say ono na osum fidie no na wonso do nsa kwa kohyem.
Yes.
Eno pa ho ade na ya kwan na ne nkane ane ade o manfo na ni tua. Oro mu gina no so koto aba no aye.
You see the
ade na mani pa no nka say ya ade amoba be enye nyansasem mo hu ye sese be enim nyansa nti modi we ade na mani pa na ni man ho so.
Say we lack advocacy on democracy. Say nipa no ye di nipa na be fa ntitiye mo. The a deliberate attempt by the NPP and the NDC to weaken our democracy to exploit the system. In the sense that social national civic education, they've not been active. Professor Buzian established that institution. If they were active, they would be doing the advocacy, teaching the people on their civic rights and responsibilities. I'm a catcher and say, so politician, I'm a your coin 8 months about. And yeah, the other chance you better talk and so baby. But when that advocacy is not there, now a binary creating an economy and the panel train. Now or the 7 million brand panel, it's not supposed to happen. But say one titini panel, one money panel that advocacy, nipan be brave. There should be an education on say, oh Jessica to about any democracy. My department as I say, so we need Jessica. Now to about any free fair election. So we need Jessica now to and now could chat any between the pan said to Obama and also reg what says it is an election irregularity. It is education and cost dia be Jessica.
Na 2 TV or Man FM, Ash FM, now radio, Kencity Media, and any social media platform. Yeah, damn, say. But Mama, I'm quitting. And Nina is here. Lesson Ben and now by election.
Oh, one of them was how your organization, and one of them was how we were able to mobilize our boys there. And I wish going forward we'll be able to activate our boys in the various constituencies and regions in terms of security, and again, in so how to say the mini penny kind of say. How I bit me educate among former members of service. Can you remember about to the back row? I remember very well. Say one woman be a big Janamin chain. Now, Miss the way I know my president. You might not know say me here. You go maintain can you boko and I'm nemu boko. Say the way I pick intelligence. Because one woman be Janamin say, "Hey, on our work came by. Or somebody scam my account to me. Imagine 20 hours more."
Okay.
But what I realized was that among the youth. No dear, most of them will not go to that tangent. So we need to intensify, and we need to intensify
education.
For people to know, say education for people to know, say yes, say me disika brother me talk conscience. Me jitu me say adeniminya. Until I'm babe talk conscience.
Chasa what they buy a casa. Me disika brother say koto abama me. Ana me hu ni say wajimi. So want to me for arguing your man me boy. The who say why me so want me do no na tie wa oji sika go to ababi ani pa no who say
what talk conscience
or the
and that of a lessons they show breeding in a be also you can put it out on air and they behind the scenes yes
okay
nobody should blame saying we fought to free and we did what could be done but as you know competing with incumbents or no one in the early days I will be 3 years
but I'm quite sure no question now.
Yeah, okay.
In my personal year, me observe here, no. Me who say your candidate of 2016, no, opuli 21,000 votes. Amasi. Enti echre bibi say ayobi I say kromo for penasem. Enti adena party na consider no. Say me hwe suggest MPP enya NDC enya obi a we win no. Amasi has the largest vote in Ekotia. It gives clear indication be say as a come for penal. Inti ekoba ne say na so olusu to kumi na kumi ni ho a then when ti may possible candidate obi on dey ya turn na da kromo for ni ya nto abantia no kromo da. But what I say party ni mu na olusu which is democratic is okay, but see na nka kumi ni ho no I don't know one possible you go for a new person I feel na year turn no against an incumbent government and I must say now if you pay me that no my pen well only 21,000 I could tell me taking vote no pay 21,000 that
okay that's it the woman say National Council set up elections committee which was headed by the Eastern Regional Chairman Eastern Regional Secretary no can be your members of parliament are not omukamubi omunyina na na manage the elections and the show monsa so omun dey do team call down to listen to the concerns of party for and some of the concerns no raised here was that there was a huge division between the Kumi's camp and then Amasi's camp Kumi's camp no which is our stronghold only votes freeba. And they believe, say, even in the 2024 elections, or more called primaries, even regional executives QBBI in favor of pharmacy, our movie or primaries, we are not in the elections, no crown, Ponama say, I'm a bokumino. So they felt that or sabotage no lose 2020, no. And this elections also, no, the same sabotage cause. So just say, Kumino na a winning, allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly,
and some are not
say even there were commentaries or passing around that they indicate to say even when MP would in the crowd say that because we're going to start a police station in here man said definitely will be a one
sure
every kasayani in maybe a course so no be a party for who say so Odiama say about when China is strong hold for them to abano because they felt that issue so we needed a candidate who doesn't belong to any camp. Okay. I'll bet we need the two camps now together.
Okay.
And that was Asumedu. And Asumedu's choice was the best. Just say he has been a victim of circumstance because of say incumbency advantage in Niama. Because we call Akwetia crew now call Boadu. As a Boadu and Akwetani and this nominum chong Bosu.
Okay.
Even this vote Krampo Chakabon's a Boaduano. Because of say Asumedu ne Mamma and Papa Baku free. Boadu Baku free Akwetia. Enti ono no za 2 towns na this year you know baby ono so no any free war and do we Abuadu and so to MPP did well there and this is a by election numbers no and to say general election
sure turnout
may definitely cannot be compared to that enti that guy okoa boys our boy omo if no more me galam say just as munye sika crop finance and with the evidence where the when the research team went obi en work kind of once and bonny just that and near my course no and that doesn't mean so a bad candidate
and again said it one can so
not popularity no
yes in terms of say ebia ye na won clan ni nim no ba constituency no ka owu a obi anim no
you see and again from you know about my seat time no e dey ba no e bra bem so ho with time e ba no now your politician now kwechiri kakra na popularity ni ade no na e feedi whereby the late Kumi sem wo ho no mo a politics kumikura sanko free mu nsem bebre over hon nsem bebre so
you so asante achim tama ban do free mu now the next in line
and the yeah
okay
anandi no satam kra no baby no and
free zones
ska won is some abo amanfo on finance minister call elections finance minister is a 4 as 5 votes per na winning
it was 7
votes na winning no.
Okay.
No, Obia him say Andy the darling boy.
Finance minister free.
Free no. Obia him say Andy.
Na nche you.
Omekai.
Obia him say Andy na ko. But because of say yes you and Andy credit.
We almost share that kwatena ase plan say yen kaso no na eku.
Emma. Yeah. Tell guys be free. Crony be super akon. One mama twofo bi ko bo omo wo kwa ma. Ni nyina ezi Andy. Me wan say na say ni nyina wo say no kwa say na Andy onim ho he. I get it. No. Also, that time saying a man you may do for more or the bias and new trappers will be any free or the Yami and Atomo the coin. So, just that he assumed was not lucky, not because of say ABR, Kruma phone and Empeno, but a lot went on the day.
Okay.
Anyway, Mama and Queen, votes are winning and not a near Kitwasa, not a let's see how it goes.
Because we be 2,500. Now we went to
said the AC crop. But the idea say Chief Justice a free the next line, the next person in line, now persons a electoral commission from petition and acufo-addo Shasia Honsam Kwabra Mama.
Offer and Ukraine say about the Chief Justice Nas Asamoah. Ubia we Ghana and Libya, you should be worried. If you end this in Ukraine, you should be worried. Because about the court system, and your baby, your dear a good year, and your baby, your corporate pay, and your baby, a sabi, Ubio Timu, a walk our for better was and the Ponia can be amount. Eti a whole place, sabi, a nipa or try you to me, Chief Justice and Cromoyans with 2 years up in a pussy. And from there to date, there has been any precedence. In as much as NDC by 2009, now conversation was it Georgina Wood? And 1% Komuyina Amfano. MPP bar 2000. Because I said Justice F. said if I remember, now the name was Anan. Now amount for NDC now the Kufokanos no justice system there, you temper with it. And that precedence Amahama set up to no. Your judiciary now the SN because and it's going to look like so one play ball with the government of the day, the new government go best sound. Mamia omoyi free way sebi omwado we nipa ba betina we. Say MPP so e definitely the NDC appoint no matter age a war side MPP is waiting the same article you were free. And is it the country we want to be? I mean, some people are making arguments say, and another easy. The difference between these two is that easy, or only a head, you have a department, but the Chief Justice is an arm of government. The 3 arms, judiciary, legislature, and executive. No, executive are president Nedano, judiciary are Chief Justice Nedano. And legislature speaker Nedano. These are the 3 arms of government. And if one arm of the government another arm of the government fraud nipa kwa shawodia meaning said there was some court near kwakodi na so only abram nipa na enya court bebu ama no because judge no kwa transfer no susuro say na chief justice kwa yi no na me enti say nei government also say na we minister now to so we CEO now to so we when now we also oh, praise the Lord Chief Justice call everything is fine ye kwa yi electoral commission ye di nipa kwa show over here in year 2016 elections ave retire na ma na de Charlotte say bet na ho ba report o
cause
Nana Rodan akufo-addo and appointee lady MPP abana appointee the Otisu na lady Otisu and then you go to MPP report. You can even change the EC the auto we are worried. There is nothing that you can do about it. But the hard doing is say me electoral commission for no me you And because there has been precedence, can't have it. Because Ghana for natural say yempo, and the EC cannot do anything about it. So when you call now you win, now you win, now we never win. But touching the Chief Justice is going to destroy the judiciary system of this country. And as such, a baby answer be the same thing. And he found because people are going to lose confidence and hope in the judicial system of this country. And you are not careful. Meaning say the next MEB government or also be sure say so we mami so they also constitutional way, you know. But emotions ni we this in China where you mami there. And the answer ba so the all be almost on be, you know. No also the nipa ba show. And it is not good for the country.
Okay. It's
not good for the future of this country. It's not something everybody should entertain. Me say me MPP are buying it so year say I will condemn it. Because of what China saying. Because what China you don't know where you find yourself. You might think say they were power. Just 9 months ago, MPP na power.
Yeah.
Now me catch you say just 9 months ago me took me drew airport. You family me family me see ya na family me pie. Say even obi took kwa buy it bitimi wura mo akwa no ko so ni padeza de pie. Ba na you lose so boy. Me kwa bi dikiu ni mu di gaza.
Na ko baby.
What am I? And power can trick you. Power of our can trick you.
But I say
especially when you win it with a wider margin.
But mama me ti o kakra. Na e course judiciary.
Yeah, me ne ya adwen pa say ade we ya Kwame Nkrumah ye ewiase nyina condemn no. Ewiase nyina ka sempa mfa Ghana ho. Kwame Nkrumah ti aro ho. Wo de mo so be ko. That is what you have done. Until what they have done is simply a premeditated thing. Yen so a you see easy. And then a friend is saying Joy FM say omo call say should the EC be removed? In fact, is this even a question a media house you ask? It is wrong in the first place. Say a media house will ask. Only say EC workers be and they report about omo boss aba. Or your public, you do not have any right because you will be an ejuma beso any. So be an ejuma beso any and come so I think you should be removed from the two program now, you know. Yeah, my sir. And yet they need to be you'll be an bedo, and you'll be an pay juma. But you do not have any right to use your dominance and say, your doors into your who public view on Joy FM, Joy FM, or you say a lot of Ghanaians don't like the EC until you remove you. Who told you when a lot of people don't like a leader, we remove you? Who told you this is a if 99% of Ghanaians don't like John Mahama, who told you we are going to remove him? We are not going to remove him. Over 4-year mandate, number 99, one could take a decision at the 4 years. You don't take the decision right now. Just assume you say you are regretful for voting for John Mahama. We do not have any right. And they say, media nankasananke, a chili passe. Say you may not like what somebody is doing, but that doesn't give you your power. Say go and remove the person.
What's the media house no bisa say?
Omo bisa say should the EC be removed? And then social media. They are asking public view. Say public and of course, you will get many of NDC people going to remove them.
Removal of electoral commission, Chief Justice, and public in them.
Americano said that is what people do to instigate masses. No, because after all, no, people are calling for her removal, and we don't run a democracy like that. You run democracy that way. Democracy, if I don't like somebody, now I could remove you. Me a president, me buy, you know, this in me penasentino, me remove you. That be a media America at the young phantom Donald Trump of our telephone. At the Dubai Bahon Komo, Ukraine. I grant any business with Ukraine. America for impeaching Donald Trump. Almost only who quite say. Offer telephone credit any American citizen be home business on come. So if you say Dipano are from America, on from Dipano Congress, not Congress and discuss it. Congress discuss it or more and a yambra share before or they take a decision. As president, he was impeached. How could we be doing this? say your party for any impediment, you be in the floor. Yes, you have the majority, but you cannot use that majority to do that. They said the media when the next government comes, what is going to happen? There's going to be a revenge. So it is very wrong for them to target the EC.
But I'll say, Kaiser Franco Trading Enterprise for Naya Duma, today's agenda, a debron penny for me, no Mudin Comono, almost share more views and thoughts. Passionately, normally actually say, a your mind, I actually. So, what pay appliances at Franco and our Beco, on a main office, no other Raka, on rock the cinema, and anymore. Or online, francotrading.com and so on, Omniamani in our home. In fact, in a moment, one uncle him say phones, but they say all the CCTV cameras are back home, or more at the other appliances, TV, microwave, air conditioner, and near metitisa iron on Sah Ebekabi. Kai say, so when we Susi Siana Utia or more Oxford Street, or Madina, or more Eben post office, and a Samson or Hatra. Omo hacho main station but better still baby a wo no me mo so omo outlet no door so nti de obe ne say obe frɛ 0555939311 0555939311 ana so obe call online okɔ na sɛ wono omodi nkomo yɛ mfa nneɛma ne mmerɛ de bɛbrɔ franco nkwa na opɛ bibia to na sɛ bi ne hɔ the next 24 hours on sabe kaka na hyɛ ne nso oto ajo receipt bibi ba ho afabra. Yes, science will up to 40% discount. Yeah, the ma one of Tony Maweho, Kaina Shannon, so for Mamkora. Yabeka Krakano. Nkomodi Ekoso, and crying, tree, nkomodi, aqua bane, or kills, or back kills. After and say, Nananum, I imagine, say, a bit to me and basic schools, I won't cry 100 day. Obia, what is all betre. A young crank Cassano. A binum so I really said, Nipano the Duanke was a school no mono, and I am fine shape because school will have a corner. Now I can phone on Qua and a woho. I will have a coin from the voter region Qua and a more dominating or more adorson and tea and Kayan Shanessa, or the what Nanka, colleague gone on. And a choco. As I did, actually, call it on a choco. Okay. My menu I dream of home kakra. It's all about language. Was I so at Krakasa on the other languages. My menu I dream of Kakran, my Babema or San Common Airport. You have airport the NHS chassis.
I know the honestly say the airport started there. Honestly, I don't support the rename in this name. And I think say. In any serious country, we shouldn't be a topic of discussion.
Yeah.
Because we have the animal to table. So, moi, me and family bunajuma, moi, man, build the now, quite by name one. I'm telling you, go where we are in the 21st century, woman. What leaders should be thinking about is one, how to create jobs for the youth, two, how to bring development to an area, three, how to empower people. And how I able to do infrastructure and develop chrono, baby. Young name your hospitals are improving your educational system. All these are things that we should be discussing, not whether I say Akwaba, whether I say Wizo, whether I say Ubakio, so Ubakio, these are not things we should be thinking about now as a country.
Yeah.
But on the call for
the language.
Say, Yenche Gan in Grita, that one I agree to it because me now Kunya at Eco School or Collegono, as I could do or choco, and meet me a train crying, I can cry. Even though me negani, me Kaisa, me call SS job, no moon and semi and granny because that time not and granny more.
Yes, I'm better and Canada a flexo or secondary school. Can crack us around. On free town, our bus on free greater Accra.
For say, yen chair on candidate for that one, I agree to it. But Akwaba, no.
You agree to it, say all basic school bachelor Gankasa?
Yeah, say basic school at least you should be taught because we are in Accra, and it will be good.
And it will be all voter region, so voter for one can say. Basic school, I vote.
Yes, it's good. No, what's your language? No, we are trying to say. Me akani asantini me asantini na mabankran me ba ye chere me nkran wo school now me timi ekanga and we call my sentiment mun so I should be able to learn a tree there so me sua tree ho but even in Greater Accra the Crampono, there should be an option say okay, Ghana the composed so bisuya. It be an option for be a Pew or any other language be a person because some language is a wawa. Offer Nancy, you two can call a France. I'm a far France. No, is that French now is no much of primary and MPC bisuya. Say anything power because come off no be I want it. Now communication I day. The other kaya it is a local primary
teacher and to us so this generation yes posi who say you're very ignorant from where we are coming from. Now because of that and people who are conceiving selfish aspiration at the time be a bar and fantasy the million in this 21st century or see you're doing a juma home as you're doing development amount for AI and I want to hand more journey akaba ana or bake. When people are thinking about AI, so what as not just say they be and the AI going to say if you see slaves to the Europeans. Now we are seeing baby there's a dominant language. Any society who resist the dominant language, you are only resisting unity and development. And if people cannot resist say the dominant language. Clinton Baha now Rollins and Rollins Rollins and can check Clinton say Oba Ghana, you can't wuzo. Or catch and say a aquaba. Into the video, no, Clinton car, aquaba. So all of a sudden, Bibi Wea Bana is saying, your time be the war behind. Which I don't think I even want us to be discussing it. But I think we should be calling for unity. And then coming back to the language, Ghana, me, it said, okay, I had wanted to learn the Ghana. Because I was born in Accra. If the opportunity was a schools in Ghana, I think it is a good idea. But the way now news in media, it's like they are mandating the GES and the schools to study Ghana, which is not right. Because are you going to get them the Ghana teachers? Are you going to pay the Ghana teachers yourself? So are you going to, because it deals with monetary aspect. And there's a reason why Ghana are discouraged in schools. Do you know why?
I didn't hear.
People were failing the exams.
Oh, okay.
Most of the GAN students were even failing the GANs at BC because they said in the 90s, not GAN in most of the schools. But as people saw, say, performance is good. I call it French, one of the reasons is not performance is good. And it will be a headmaster or a French teacher, but Ukraini Fili, or to your French teacher in a car, or here, but I will encourage, say, schools should opt for French, for Ghana. Say be our boy young crying up, send a banu who a year be a cranwa. Now, ya opt say, a crano interest a conscience. You have to be working with passion and and kasa and sometimes say ana a disca no ediba and your conscience I'll be quite because oh pisca. The yesika bibia yana amount for some kind or more and Shannon. So your mind a yin actually. Obo brani ya onyankopon e na ebehwe anemu bero me da so bai over and so Ghana or macho
Ghana or match no
we did qualifier match
Ghana or match bomb pie say America no next year no Ghana be qualify
we got a minimum of madam for our friend Kobe o free Ukaba
okay
one Agatha me mo nyina akwa ba mo hwe o mazizie mo nyina akwa so ukwa de memo akusi no so correct
Mati.
No matter before free airport Rocco. Any papa, offer any papa.
Okay. And dear Mama Kwaba, I was for an amwase, na I am faster than so much crew na or boy or studio half or more MCR on radio, Mamma boy. Titu Mamuti, Nyanko Yemofanche, and your Koy and so. You better also improve upon me. Edia, I'm watching.